Hello students, I am Jyoti Shetty. I will handle financial accounting 1 for you. As you all know, financial accounting will have 6 classes in a week, and this particular subject is of 150 marks. Out of 150, 30 marks will be internal assessment marks and remaining 120 will be awarded in the semester exam. This particular paper will have 3 sections: section A, section B, section C. Section A of 6 marks, section B 12 marks and section C 24 marks. In section A, total 6 questions will be given. Out of that you have to attempt any 4. In section B, total 6 questions will be given. Again, out of that you have to attempt any 4. And section C, 4 questions will be given. Out of that you have to attempt any 2 questions. So here you will not have any 1 marks question or 2 marks question. 6 marks, 12 marks and 24 marks question. So I have already sent you the syllabus of Financial Accounting 1. I hope all of you have gone through that. In this semester we have 6 units. First unit, Introduction to Accounting. Second one, Accounting for Professional. Third one, Rectification of Errors. Fourth one, Depreciation Accounting. Fifth one, Final Accounts of Sole Trading Concern. And last unit will be Final Accounts of Non-Trading Concern. Let us see the first unit. So that is the theory part of accounting, Introduction to Accounting. I hope all of you are well acquainted with these accounting terms because you all studied these terms in your PU classes. Just we will recall some accounting information, theoretical information. First we will see what is accounting. Accounting is the art of recording, classifying and summarizing the business transactions which are measured in terms of money and interpreting the results. Accounting is nothing but it is the art of recording the business transactions in the proper books, classifying them according to the like nature of business transaction, summarizing it by preparing the financial statements, and all these works will be done. Recording, classification and summarizing work will be done of those business transactions which are measured in terms of money, and finally interpreting the results. So after recording, classifying and summarizing all the financial or all the business transaction, finally they will interpret the financial results, interpret the end results. A well-known definition is given by American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. They defined accounting as the art of recording, classifying and summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money transactions and events which are in part at least of a financial character and interpreting the results thereof. So this particular definition will also highlight some of the important activities or elements of accounting. So what are those important activities? Recording, classifying, summarizing and summarizing the events which are of financial character and finally interpreting the results. Let us see some of the features of accounting. So we can say the elements. First one, identifying. So here while recording the business transactions in the books of accounts, we must identify the nature of transactions. In the books, we can record only the business transactions. We cannot record any private transactions. The personal transactions or the private transactions must be eliminated and only the business transaction is to be recorded. ಅಂದರೆ ಬುಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನಾ ಅಥವಾ ಪರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ. ಪರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಇಗ್ನೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಖಾಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತೇವೆ. ಮೆಷರಿಂಗ್, ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಐ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್, we can record only those transactions which can be measured in terms of money. ಹಣದ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ, ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೋ ಆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓನ್ಲಿ ದೋಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಮೆಷರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, recording of business transaction. As and when the business transaction take place, entry has to be recorded in the primary books. Primary book ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ? either journal book or the subsidiary book. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಆ ಎಂಟ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತೇವೆ. ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಬುಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಬುಕ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಯರಿ ಬುಕ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈಯಿಂಗ್. ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ posting the journal entries into the ledger account according to its like nature. All the journal entries must be classified according to its like nature. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೇವೆ. ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಈ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ನ ನೇಚರ್, ಅದರ ಸ್ವರೂಪದ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಸೊ ಆ ಎಂಟ್ರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಎಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಪೋಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ledger account. Say for example, debtors, all the debtors informations will be classified or it will be gathered under debtors account. or sales account ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪರ್ಚೇಸಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟದ್ದು. ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಅದರ ಒಂದು ಎಂಟ್ರಿಯ ಸ್ವರೂಪಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಾಗೆ ಆ ಎಂಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ನೇಚರ್ಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಟ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಸಮ್ಮರೈಸಿಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸಮ್ಮರೈಸಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡನ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸಮ್ಮರೈಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ದ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ preparation of profit and loss account, trading account, profit and loss account and the financial statements. And these financial statement means balance sheet. These financial statements are prepared in order to assess the earning capacity of the company or the financial status of the business. After summarizing the business transactions or the financial statements, we should make the analysis and interpretation, and these analysis and interpretations will be made through the use of certain accounting tools. For example, ratio analysis can be used, or fund flow, cash flow analysis, cash flow statement can also be prepared. On the basis of those accounting tools, we can assess the profitability of the business or liquidity of the business or solvency position of the business. Finally, so we will communicate the result accounting information or the results of the financial statements to the needy persons. Here you should be very careful. We will record the journal entries as and when the transactions take place, and we will post all those journal entries into the ledger account in the classification process at the end of certain intervals. Say at the end of month we can post all those journal entries into the ledger account, and summarizing work will be done at the end of the financial year. At the end of the year we will prepare trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. And after preparing these financial statements, the analysis work and the interpretation work will be done, and the results of these interpretations will be disseminated to the needy parties. Yes, let us discuss the role or functions of accounting. ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳು ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. Only because of accounting we can record all the business transactions in the systematic way. So we will record the business transactions as and when it take place in the journal. Later on it will be posted into the ledger record according to its like nature. We will prepare the financial statement at the end of the financial year. So we will make the proper analysis and interpretation. So all the work will be done systematically. Next, it is used as a means of communication. The accounting informations will be used by different parties. It may be used by the management of the company. It can be used by the shareholders. It can be used by the employees of the business, or it can also be used by the government officials. It can be used by any tax consultants, or it can be used by the investors who wants to invest their amount. ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಕಾರಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಈ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕೋ, ಯಾವ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬೇಕೋ ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. Next, it protects the properties and assets of the business. Only because of accounting work we can protect the properties and other assets of the business, because whenever one property or asset is purchased, it will be recorded in the books properly. So therefore no other person can misappropriate that property or asset of the company. ಏನಾದರೂ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆದಂಥ ದಾಖಲೆ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಯಾವ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಕೂಡ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಯನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಅಸೆಟನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗದಾಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಮೀಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಲೀಗಲ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ all the government officials or all the government departments or the tax authorities, they will consider only those accounts which are prepared as per the accounting standards. ಯಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪನಿ ಈ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅವರ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟನ್ನು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೋ, ಸೊ ಅಂಥ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ, ಅಂಥ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಫಾಲೋ ದ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್, ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್, so automatically they will meet the legal requirements prescribed by the various statutory bodies. Next, it facilitates meaningful comparison of the business activities. So if you prepare or if you maintain the books of accounts systematically, then it facilitates a meaningful comparison of the business activities. So business activities can be compared properly. So we can compare the business activity of the current year with the business activity of last year, or we can compare the business activity of one firm with the business activity of another firm. So these are the role or functions of accounting. Next we'll see accounting principles. So accounting principles are nothing but they are the rules of actions or conduct which are adopted by the accountants while preparing or while maintaining books of accounts. So just go through the definition given by A.W. Johnson. According to A.W. Johnson, accounting principles are the assumptions or the rules of accounting. They are the assumptions or they are the rules of accounting. They are the methods and the procedures of accounting and the application of these rules, methods and procedures to the actual practice of accounting. Accounting principles which deals with the assumptions, rules, methods and procedures of accounting, and it also deals with the applications of all these rules, methods and procedures in the actual practice of accounting. So in simple we can say accounting principles are the rules of actions or conduct which are adopted and followed by the accountants universally or globally while recording the accounting transactions and preparing financial statement. While recording the business transactions or while preparing the financial statement, each accountant, he must follow certain rules, he must follow certain practices, he must follow certain methods, and those methods, those rules and those procedures are totally called as accounting principles. We have one well-known term called GAAP, GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles. So generally accepted accounting principles are the set of guidelines and rules which are widely accepted by the accounting practitioners at a given time, and this gap it will be changed by time to time, and here the every accountant and bookkeeper he must adhere to the changes which are made in the gap from time to time.